Hey guys, what's up? Hey Lenny.
Is that your guys' intro every time?
Yeah,
you just said say hey guys?
Yeah, and we say hey Abby and hey Lenny.
I kind of like that. That's cool.
Maybe if you would watch, you would know what's going on. So today, if you couldn't tell, we have a special guest with us. This is Lenny Miller.
Hi guys.
The Lenny Miller. The
Okay,
Lenny Miller.
calm down. Yeah.
Introduce yourself. What do you do, Lenny?
I'm Lenny Miller, and I make social media content all across every platform, and I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being our first guest. This
That's
is
so
really
cool.
exciting.
That's an honor.
Is it really?
Yeah.
For us too, honestly.
You know who you guys should have on here? Bryce Crawford. You guys should have him on here.
I'm so glad you brought that up.
Are you guys in contact with him? That's cool. You guys should. You should have him on. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, we'll try.
No, but I know of his content.
Do you like his content?
I recently just copied one of his clips of how he like prayed over some guy. Did you see
So
that?
good.
You saw that clip on FaceTime?
Yes. I loved that. You should keep doing stuff
Do they
like
know that we basically like live together?
So So I know Lenny personally behind the camera, behind social media. Val met him through me.
Yeah.
And Lenny is such an amazing man of God, and we just want to definitely make that clear in this episode, especially for people who don't know that side of Lenny. Lenny and I go to church on Sundays together. He lives in a house with my boyfriend, Dalen, so I get to see a lot of your life behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes.
Lenny is very different behind the scenes in real life than what he is on social media, and I just want to shine a light on that part of your life.
Yeah.
And I want to let you finally speak in a way that you wouldn't on your own platform and just share your heart, share your testimony. So that's what we're going to dive into today. And I think the first really important question is, how did you meet Jesus and when did you choose a relationship with him?
So I grew up, my parents were like youth leaders in our church.
Okay.
Since I was born, I got dealt the best hand of cards in life. And in a way where I wasn't like born super wealthy, or I wasn't born like that, but like I was born in like a different type of wealthy way, where like just like spiritually wealthy, you know, like I was like I grew up every Sunday. It was like mandatory go to church, you know, like until I was 18 I was like I could make my own choice, like no, I don't want to go to church, you know. Okay. but if I'm living under my dad's roof, that's what it was like, you have to go to church, you know. So like, and it was never like a thing where it was like forced, like they always made it so like joyful, you know. It wasn't because as you guys know, religion is the opposite of Christianity, you know what I mean? Christianity is a relationship, so that was like emphasized in the household. It was like every Sunday, like bro, I remember like it's yesterday, every Sunday we'd wake up, my dad had his special pancake mix from the Alton Brown cookbook, and then my mom would play worship music, and then and yeah, so that was just like kind of the environment. And I remember one time, it was when I was 5 years old, after Awana, which was like every Wednesday. So I was in church like probably too much. It was like,
Never,
it was like never too much, but like there's an extent. Like Sundays would be like church, obviously. So we'd get there early. It'd be Sunday school and then actual church. And then Tuesdays would be prayer night. And then Wednesdays would be youth group. And then sometimes Thursdays they would have like a Bible study for the adults, and we would still go. Cause like, so my whole friend, and also it's funny cause like I was homeschooled. So like, all my friends only came from that church.
Oh, wow.
So, like, I had, like, 4 friends my whole life.
Yeah.
Wow. Like, it was kind of okay, but, like, not, like, I wish I would have had, like, a way more vast, like, experience.
Yeah.
But anyways, I came to know the Lord after one night. The message that, I think it was my mom or dad, was, like, they were really preaching to the kids at Awana. And it was, like, a Wednesday night youth group thing for all the kids. And, I don't know what it was, but I felt, you know, you feel the Spirit moving when you, like, hear certain things or it relates to you in a certain way.
Right.
And I just felt the Spirit moving. 5 years old. And I was like, I asked my mom, I was like just asking questions about it. And she explained it. And, like, then it was just, like, I was in the car. We just got home from youth group. It's late, probably past my bedtime, like 9 p.m. And I was young, man, like 5. And so I'm, like, we're in the driveway, and, like, all the family gets out of the car. It's just me and my mom. And we're just talking about, like, God, and she's, like, explaining, like, how it's, like, a relationship and how it's a free gift, you know, Ephesians 2:8-9, all that, and, like, you don't have to do anything. And so we prayed then and there, and I got saved, and I remember that was when I came to know the Lord, you know. So
that's amazing.
It was all up from there.
It's beautiful. And you felt like it stayed very consistent throughout your teenage life?
No,
and
actually,
everything?
I think I was always, which is something I'm sure a lot of people struggle with, is like questioning their faith. You know, like everyone goes through that phase, and thank God it happened to me when I was younger.
Yeah.
You know, because like a lot of people, they'll go to college nowadays and they'll have like professors like really testing their faith when it's like they might be old, but they're baby believers because they never like, how do I say it? They never pursued a relationship, you know? Yeah. So they just got saved, and then it's like once saved, always saved, I'll forget about it.
Yeah.
And then they have a professor telling them that like they should be an atheist, and then it's like, okay, now I'm going to deny it. Like God's Not Dead. Have you seen that movie?
Yes.
You've seen God's Not Dead?
No.
You've never seen God's Not Dead? Oh my gosh, I've been wanting to watch that with Cece.
Oh, it's so good.
Literally,
you guys
like,
should watch it.
It's so good. There's like 3 movies, but like the first one really just
so
hits.
good.
Yeah,
they shouldn't have even made 2 or 3.
I know they shouldn't have made it. But basically, I'm sure they don't know. But like it's just a movie about how like what I just said.
Yeah.
And it's just like how like the professor's just like bringing up points on why Christianity is just not real, and there's just a bunch of situations that happen, and the guy like ends up like whatever. I'm not gonna spoil it, but
Watch it. Tune in is what you're saying.
Tune in.
Okay.
But like I thank God it happened to me to where I was like questioning my faith when I was younger. Like it wasn't consistent. Like I got saved. I knew I was saved, but like every time they gave an altar call in church, I'm raising my hand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like I wanted to know for sure, because like my dad preaching and stuff like made it, you will go to hell if you do not believe in God. I remember crying with my brothers. I remember my older brother crying to me and Mac. I have 4 brothers. No. Yeah, I have 4 brothers. And I remember my older brother literally crying to us like, I need to make sure you guys are saved. Like, tell me why you're saved.
That's beautiful.
And cause like he was so scared of us passing and not knowing.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sure at that age, like if we're not fully grasping the concept our God is a just God,
Yeah.
you know, we're not gonna be like, he's not gonna
He's
damn me to
merciful,
hell
yeah.
because I'm 5 years old and don't fully grasp the concept, you know?
Right.
But no, that was just the household I lived in. It was just like my dad literally would in just the church, just the concept of hell and like eternity and like literally scared the hell out of me. Like I didn't want literally because like I don't want to go to hell, so the hell scared out of me. And like I'm just like I was like full like please save it, like, you know, like just every time there was an altar call, you know. And then I remember getting baptized. I actually held off on getting baptized. I understood the concept of it, and I don't think I was ready for it.
Right.
And also just like I wasn't a mature enough Christian to understand that's like it's an outward expression of faith, but I was so embarrassed of doing it. It's like, okay, then I'm probably not ready for it. You know, if you're not bold enough to go do it, if you're just doing it out of, oh, my friends are doing it, then you're not doing it for the right reasons.
Right,
you know, it's an outward expression of an inward change. So I just like, I remember I got baptized like 14, 15 when I was like, okay, want to fully devote my life to Christ. Yeah, I understood it, and I was like, I want to show people that I'm a godly guy.
That's amazing.
But yeah, all happened pretty young, and I'm so blessed.
So then after you were baptized at like 14, 15, did you start to have like kind of troubled walks after that? Did you ever have like a dip in your faith where you just...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. Dips in the faith more of like even in like middle school and high school, like I was just like, I think that's when, because I went to a private Christian school as well. So it was like...
Me too.
Like, it was just kind of like, I think I was just like, I've always been just like wanting to be the funny kid or wanting to just like be like everyone's in my shadow, you know? Like I had and I think this is what it was. When I was younger, growing up in a household, and you know this, just the surf community and how like, cause like her boyfriend like surfs a lot. And like, like growing up in that community, like I don't know if you know this, but it's just like, everyone wants to like, oh, I rip, or oh, I'm the best, or it's like, oh, did you get that photo of me? It's just like such an ego-filled subculture. Like I grew up in the heart of it, you know, like Lantana Beach. Like I'm 4th generation in that area, and just like everybody knows like, oh, the Millers, and they're like I'm one of them. And like the hierarchy in our family, like even going to family events, everyone's trying to just be like.
One up each other.
Say the best joke, or like not in a competitive way. It just happens so subtly.
Just naturally.
Yeah, happening. And as you're a kid, it just feeds in you. So like I developed like a big ego problem, and I find that that's still an issue in me today that like I'm trying to work on in like my relationship, or even just like in other relationships, you know, like friendships and stuff. But like it's just something we're trying to work on. But
okay,
the dip in the faith. was like when I was in middle school and high school. It's like I was always just the bad kid, because like especially in a private Christian school.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm sure in a public school I really wouldn't be that bad, but in a private Christian school,
it was probably
I was,
easy for you.
Yeah. I was just like so like, dude, are we kidding me? Like I gotta think of something that I did that was just like this is not.
Were you were the class clown?
I was, but the thing is, there's a difference between like being the class clown and like not trying and like really trying.
Being
hard
like a
to be
try-hard class clown.
So I think it came off as like cringy and just like, oh, Lenny's in the office again, you know, like, and dude, my dad did not play. Like it was like, no, my dad like
he was sick
of
you.
He was like, oh my gosh, it was so bad. My dad was so strict, but in a good way. Like it made me who I am today. So I'm thankful for my dad, because like, bro, if I would have gotten like freedom at that age, I don't know what would have happened. So
crazy pants.
Yeah, exactly. So
Thank God for our parents.
Thank God for our parents. But yeah, like I had to get all A's and B's, like I could not get a 79.9, like no C's. And that was when Renweb, that's what it's called, Renweb came out, and it's like this was
Renweb.
It's like you know what Renweb is, CC? It's like an app to where you can track your grades through your school. So as soon as the teacher uploads the grade, it all calculates and that's your grade. So my dad would be
I
so
didn't have that.
Back in the day, people just had report cards.
Right.
So like, but the thing is like, you would get grounded if your report card was bad, but you don't have like another month till your report card comes out. Bro, my dad could see the second the paper was graded. So like, I would get grounded in the moment, and I'm like, bro, like, I don't even have a chance until the semester's over. I'm just grounded. I was grounded at least 80% of my high school career.
Oh my gosh.
I feel bad for my brother. He was like not naturally good in school, and he was like grounded at least 99%. Oh, I wish he was like we could face that. He was like 99% of his high school career grounded. Couldn't do anything with me.
Poor guy.
I know, it was so bad.
That's
but yeah,
Mac?
super strict. Yeah, that's Mac.
Poor Mac.
He's going to Bahamas, by the way. Sorry, go ahead.
He's going to what?
I hear you. She's like
Wait, he's going to where?
the Bahamas. He's a missionary. He just got back from Thailand, so.
That's amazing. So good for him.
Yeah, he's chill, I guess.
Stop.
You met him?
No.
You didn't meet him when he was there? No, I don't think you did.
I think
yeah.
I was gone.
What were you gonna say, Val?
I was going to say, so after you got baptized, you felt like your journey got a lot harder? Like you got...
I think it was a coincidence because of the age. Because I think if I would have got baptized sooner, I was still in church every week, like 3 times a week. I was still like, but when I turned 14 is when I think when do you go to middle school? What's 6th grade? What age is that?
12?
I think you're like 12.
Okay, then
No.
maybe I was
because
13.
you're a freshman in high school whenever you're like 14.
No, you're not.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, you are. No.
No, you're not.
I
Wait,
was.
Yeah, you are.
I think it's like 8th grade. You're off, whatever. You're right. but I don't know. I think it was a coincidence because like that's when I started going to school and like that's when I got baptized. So
like, but after you kind of committed more to the Lord, I'm saying like you felt like more tests coming on, or is it was?
yeah, but again, I think like
You just
that
weren't
was
mature in your faith.
with the age
age
thing,
thing.
you know, and I started being around way more people, you know, like
Yeah.
when I was younger, like I didn't even realize this, but like when I was younger, I was just like, you know, homeschooled, Christian household, church was my life, you know, and beach and surfing. So it was like, and the beach was only 0.8 miles away from my house. So I would walk, surf to the beach, Sundays, Wednesdays, Tuesdays, church, and then every other day I'm homeschooling and just going to the beach. So it's like I didn't hang around anybody besides my brothers.
It's like me now.
And the 4 friends I had at church. But now it's different because, you know, like when we're around this age, it's like it's
Yeah.
good to have a small circle.
Yeah.
You know, like I only have Aaron and Cece, but like, you know.
That's the best. I
That's
would say
good.
like we have like 2 friends.
Yeah.
1, 2.
Yeah.
And it's the best.
That is the best. To have like such a small circle.
Yeah, but when you're young, you kind of like want to like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be the popular kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did
Yeah.
you have like the wrong crowd, or like was it more of just like
In-
you just wanting to branch out in school? Like when you started going to
No.
school,
So
did you want to like hang with the wrong crowd? Was that it?
yeah,
Or
I think
was-
I think a lot of times like I tried to just like hang around the people that like weren't like kind of like the cool kids.
Yeah.
But the cool kids
Yeah.
in a Christian school are just like normal kids.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like you know, like you went to a Christian school, so
Yeah.
it's like the bad kids are just normal kids. You know,
Right.
like
Right.
so yeah, I guess I just tried to hang around them because I just was like trying to be cool, you know, which you grow out of.
Yeah.
You realize being cool is just being yourself.
Yeah.
So then you had that dip in your faith, and then when was the point whenever you decided, like, okay, I'm going to take it seriously again?
Dang. Well, what do you mean by take it seriously?
You know, because you're trying to be the class clown and you're making bad choices at the time.
Not really. Like, bro, I never smoked weed. I never drank. Like, I was never doing, like, bad stuff. I would just get, like, sent to the principal's office because, like, me and my friend were play fighting. Like, it's a Christian school. Like, I'm not doing anything, like, bad. It's just, like, you know.
Okay, so I guess my question is, I know who you are now and how seriously you take your faith now.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that you have shown me videos in the past.
Oh, like prank videos? Like that type of stuff?
Right. So in that moment, before now, like, where were you with your faith when you were doing that stuff?
Distant.
Okay.
So not in a way where I wasn't taking it seriously, but in a way of, like, I think like, you know this with your walk with God. Like, it's just, like, it's a relationship. So it's not that you're not taking the relationship seriously. It's just, like, I'm distant because of a certain reason. You know what I mean?
What
it's
was
just,
the reason?
Well, the reason is just sin at the end of the day. Like, it's like when in a relationship with God, you start feeling that distance and you start feeling, wow, I'm not close to God. Like, where are you, God? It's not God's fault.
Right. It's
you know?
ours, yeah.
And it's like, that's like an inner reflection type of thing where you have to be like, why am I distant from God? And I always thought I could have my cake and eat it too. And I was like, I was doing like, I was doing like pranks.
Yeah.
And then I was like, would pray and I'm like, why don't I feel this connection? Like I'm doing everything right. I'm praying, I'm being consistent. It's like I'm going to church, but it's like, why don't I feel like?
Aww.
And it's just like,
yeah.
But it's because of me. You know? It's because of what I was doing.
It's always what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's always our fault.
Yeah.
That's okay.
But you felt that, like, you felt that shame, like,
like the conviction.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. When I was doing prank videos, I really felt a big conviction of just like. After the fact, though, like it was kind of like a hindsight type of thing,
right?
Because I got in big trouble. And yeah, go ahead.
No, continue.
What happened was, like, I always say this. I think you might have heard me use this analogy before, but God has a plan for you, right? Mm-hmm. And like, just imagine that plan as a red carpet. It's rolled out for you, right? Mm-hmm. And like that's God's will for your life, right? Mm-hmm. But you have free will, so you can get off this path, right? And God will send you little things here and there to get you back on track.
Right.
But that still small voice, like in the beginning when you're on His will, it's not a still small voice anymore. It's pretty loud. You know, you're hearing God talk to you, you're hearing speak to you. And then it's like once you start getting off that path, the voice gets smaller and smaller and smaller until you're way too far off that path. And God's going to have to do something like monumental to bring you back to His will. And one thing you don't want is to get so far off that path to where God has to bring you back. Yeah. You know what I mean? So listen to the voice when you before you get way too distant. When I was doing pranks and stuff, like I heard the voice, you know, like, oh, maybe you shouldn't be doing this. You know, like maybe you shouldn't like be like pranking people and like getting people mad and for a reaction on social media, you know? And then I got arrested. I got arrested for it, like the pranks. Did you know that?
No, I watched like one or two videos before this, but I had no clue.
Yeah, so back in the day, I used to do like, that's how I started. Like, that's how I got big on social media. That's actually when we first started like talking and stuff. She met me when I was like probably at like the like my most menacing like time, and then I chilled out. I think she helped me like mature just so much, you know, like just so much. But thank God for her. But like I don't know where I'd be, but yeah. So I used to do just pranks and like bro, what is a prank I used to do? Like the sea turtle prank is pretty infamous. That's like, I like set up.
When we watched
Oh yeah. That one was actually not a horrible idea. It's pretty funny, but it was like, but there was stuff I just used to do, like get in people's faces with like my phone and stuff, and like just public, there's nuisance, you know, and like it was just like, it's just so dumb, you know, anyways, I went on like this long road trip with a bunch of other pranksters, and our plan was to like travel across America and just like make the best content possible as a group. And then we didn't even make it past Tampa before getting arrested for like this Busch Gardens thing that we did. Like we snuck in and then jumped in the alligator enclosure, like did a prank, and then like we got like they threw the book at us. So
what?
Yeah, it was just bad. It was bad. So like that was your breaking point. That was God's red carpet bringing me right back. And then that was when I was like, okay, this is like, I can't do this anymore.
Was that when you completely stopped?
No, the sea turtle prank was actually after that. So it definitely taught me a lesson. And then when I realized and like, okay, I just can't do this forever. You know, this isn't sustainable.
Right.
You know, so that's like kind of God's red carpet leading me back.
Yeah. I always tell Abby, like, God reroutes us all the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
course,
Especially when we're doing whatever.
100%. Yeah. Well, I want to just ask the hard-hitting question. And I'll use your analogy with like the whole red carpet thing, but I think it's so you're on the red carpet and you went off whenever you were doing your prank videos and then you got back on it. Where do you feel that you're at now with the videos that you currently do?
Well, the last time I posted a scale video hasn't been for a while, but I feel like I am in the best spot ever with God right now. I feel like I'm so close with him and like just growing so much and learning. Like that's not like I use the analogy like still small voice. Well, it says it in the Bible. It's not a still small voice anymore. Like I can know clearly when God is speaking to me, you know, like, and I'm sure it's just like a relationship thing, you know, like not distant at all. Like,
right.
You know, me and Aaron, we wake up.
Yeah.
We pray every morning.
I see you guys live it out every day.
So kind to people around us. And like, I feel like, but your question was, there was a meaning behind that question. So just say it.
What do you think God is trying to do through your platform? Like, do you think that anything of what you're putting out, I'm sure everybody knows, of weighing the women and trying to kind of give a double standard on it, or you're trying to fix the double standard on it, do you think God is working in that? Or do you think it's just fleshly?
Okay, I'll answer. What were you going to say? That was what you were going to say? That was a good one. Okay. Yeah, I think that's a pretty easy one. I feel like everyone's like thinks it's a hard question, but it's really not. I think in the aspect of I have definitely sinned by doing the content I've done with stuff I have said towards women. You know, like there's a lot of clips of me like literally saying like very hurtful things, you know? And that would be considered a sin. I think when it comes down just to if you zoom out for a second and you just think of the concept of, okay, judging, first of all, is wrong, you know? And so someone judging someone, if they don't realize they're judging someone until you do something to show them that they are judging them, and then this could possibly hurt them because when I do it to you, it hurts you. Don't you see the double standard? Completely different. That is not morally wrong. You know, like putting a scale on the floor and like is not wrong.
No.
You know, at the end of the day, if the girl were to step on it, and most of the time they don't, you know, and that's just to prove the point. You know, the point is like you don't have to step on. A lot of people think this. I don't force girls to step on it. Like I'm not like gun to your head, get on it now. Right. You know, like at the end of the day, just walk away. You know, just walk away. Yeah. But you're willfully making the decision to interact with the video, being on the scale, you know, like, and a lot of times these girls aren't nice either. Right. You know, and so, but anyways, back to your question. Like, I do think in the past I've done stuff where like, okay, put it on the scale on the floor, like, you are fat, or like saying stuff like that, like, which is not true. These girls aren't fat, but, and plus the scale.
You rigged the scale.
The rigged scale, you know, like the scale's rigged. So it's like, it's not even real in the first place, you know? It's just like all for content. But I do think in the past I've sinned by saying bad stuff. But I think now, like, let's say I were to go film a video this Friday or something with the scale, like I wouldn't even be comfortable saying anything to these women that would hurt them. I think it's just more of a concept of like, I would want to prove the double standard of just like, and bro, you can find 90% of my clips in the videos that I post, or let's say 75%. 75% of the clips from the videos that I post, if you go back in the past 4 videos, like, I think 75% of the video would be not wrong. And I think the other 25% would be like, okay, he said this and that was pretty sinful, you know? Whereas like, but I don't think the concept is sinful at all. I think it's like, just like, I'm proving this double standard. Like red pill content, you know, very conservative, very like, okay, hookup culture nowadays, women nowadays are just like you guys are very, very, you two in this podcast is very like top 1% of the girls nowadays. You know what I mean? Like this is like women just aren't like this. Like Bible highlighted, women just aren't like this anymore. You know what I mean? It's like a lot of college, like, and I think that's what I try to hit on majority of my content is just like, I go out to these bars and I go out to these places or around them. I don't go in them, but like around these places of just like Sodom and Gomorrah type cities of just like, this is horrible. You know, girls cheating on their boyfriends and just like these girls blacked out drunk. It's like, these are most women nowadays. And it's masked in this sinful disguise of, oh, I'm 21, I just want to have fun, or it's just like, I want to do, it's just fun, like this is what girls do. It's like, okay, but it's like, is this what traditional women, is this like, are you going to be able to, is your man going to be able to one day be like, I'm proud of your pat, or, you know, it's like, this is stuff that's like, it's masked in this disguise of sin and fun, which is what Satan tries to do at the end of the day. You know, and like, I'm very transparent with what I do with the scale. It's like, I admit I have said things that are wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That doesn't make me a bad person. It makes the mistakes that I've done bad. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like, but yeah, so I think when
forward.
most people ask that question, like, how could he be a Christian but makes girls step on the scale? First off, make is a crazy word. I don't make girls do anything. But, you know, like, but I think I think it's just a sensitive subject, which is why it's so like,
right.
Why?
And it's also why it does well.
Yeah, which is why it does well. And bro, but at the end of the day, it's like, oh, it's a sensitive subject because like girls are insecure about their weight. You don't know how many guys like, and honestly, when I first started, I didn't realize this either. Like that guys genuinely are insecure about their height.
Yeah.
You know, but dude, like I even have like, you can watch any video, like guys come up to me and they're like short men and like, bro, I love your stuff. Like you have helped me so much, you know? And it's just like, and it's like, I get DMs, like I've gotten DMs of guys that literally want to like kill themselves. And I found your videos and it gave me hope because there's people out there like you changing the concept of women, you know?
See, I'm glad that you're saying this though, because people don't know this.
Yeah, I get girls and it's like, girls will DM me and girls will be like, I like your view on things, you know? Like girls will come up and take photos with me and it's just like girls like the content too, you know? I think the girls, and look, this might be a little harsh, but I think the girls that like solely are like, oh, I hate this man, and like, because he has just the concept of the scale makes them hate me so much. It's just that like those people are just like soft.
So do you think that your social media reflects your walk with Jesus?
No. I would say when I started doing social media, there's a lot more vlog style, and it wasn't like this. You know, it's not like Christ based, like centered, which you could call sinful because we should put God first in everything. You know what I mean? And then I started, like I said, really getting that sense of like Christianity and back and just like feeling that voice be stronger. Yeah. You know, and so I started like talking a lot more about God in my videos, and just like, even if I was doing the scale thing, I was just like, God, like, guys, you don't realize I wouldn't be here without God. I wouldn't be here without like you guys, and like the only reason I'm in this position, I started like putting verses at the end of stuff and like in my description, you know, and just like stuff to put it out there, you know, and just realize like, okay, this guy is like, you know, at least people will see, you know. You know, at least it'll be out there. At least it's not completely a different life. Right. You know, I don't want to live a double life. I want to include it. You know what I mean? And that's something I'm looking forward to going on in the future, is just like these like this podcast and like clips coming out of me like praying over people. Like I want to pursue that. You know, I want to come where I'm like putting God first and stuff, you know?
That's what we were going to ask you. It's like, moving forward, do you see yourself? And I'm glad, that's why I was glad you brought up Bryce Crawford in the beginning. I could see you being someone like that because you are so willing to just go up to people no matter what. I think if you shifted your view on your social media more towards Christ-like stuff and did stuff like that, it would be huge. Yeah. And do you think that you could ever see yourself doing that? 100%. That's what you want to work towards?
Yeah, 100%. That would be so cool.
That's so good.
That'd be so fun.
We're rooting for you 100%.
Maybe I'll start a podcast.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Maybe you should.
We'll never know.
When do you think this shift could happen? Let's talk about it.
Well, I wouldn't say it'd be a complete shift. It would just kind of be like...
Wait, so you would do the Bryce Crawford content while still doing scale? When are you going to drop the scale bit is what I'm asking.
I guess the world will never know.
No, come on.
I don't know, honestly. I think there's a way to do it. I think there's a way to do it to where it's not like as abrupt and like...
So you're never going to stop the scale?
I don't know. I'm just... Okay, because at the end, this is like unfathomable to me about how like the scale is seen like such a horrible thing. Like...
No, it's not that.
It's the concept of the double standard. It's not the scale. Forget the scale. Think about a double standard. You know?
Right, because we have the measuring tape too.
There's makeup wipes, measuring tape. There's just a million different things that you can just like say like... Oh no. There's a million different things that you can have a double standard on.
Right.
And just like... oh my gosh, and like and maybe it's this, the women in the culture we live in nowadays is just so messed up. Like every other Instagram reel you see is like a girl doing something crazy, or like look at the hawk tour girl, look at literally the sinful world we live in.
Yeah.
You know, and like, bro, there's so many bad guys out there, so many guys that do like bad stuff too, and like, bro, like I've done horrible things. It's just like there's things that just are like,
It's all of it.
yeah, it's all of it. It's just a sinful world, and like, bro, but I think when it comes down to like young kids trying to like find, how many people have got the heartbreak, and how many people are just like are trying to find the right people, and they're looking in the wrong places. It's like that needs to be exposed.
Right.
Not enough people expose. Like let's go to Del Rey on the Ave, and let's just point out how disgusting this world is. You know what I mean? And like and I think that's what it would come down to, is more or less like Bryce Crawford, super nice guy, super positive, super not confrontational.
Yeah.
I think I would be a little more opposite. I think I would be more the Jesus that goes into the temple and whips the people than the Jesus that, you know, is like graceful and loving.
Yeah.
Like God had righteous anger.
Yeah.
And I could go out on Del Rey and have righteous anger towards the sinful world we live in. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
there's two different ways of doing it.
Well, he had anger towards the people that grew up in the temple.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't you want to spread it towards people that don't? Like, maybe you could
Like have no
be
idea.
the vessel to spread his word, and then they're saved.
Again,
And
I don't want to be a copy of Bryce. I think he's a great guy,
No,
but I
we're
think
not saying
I definitely have a different personality than him.
You
know
do.
what I mean? I would definitely want to be like more, why are you doing this? Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
not pray with me, get saved right here and now, but more exposing the sinfulness of the world we live in. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, maybe at the end of, I don't know what this looks like, by the way. This is just
Right.
brainstorming
Yeah.
live.
Yeah.
But maybe at the end of the video, just wrap it all into like, this is just to show you guys like how easy it is to get wrapped up in the sinful world.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Don't hold back. This is your
go
podcast.
ahead, go ahead.
Your podcast. Don't hold back, Val. I'm not.
No, I mean, I think that's like, you have a good trait, and God gave you that trait. You have a good, like, you're very determined, you're very disciplined, and you could use it for good. But I think that a lot of people, even when I first saw your thing, I was like, you misunderstood you. Like, you're very misunderstood, I feel like, through your Instagram.
That's my own fault, though.
Yeah.
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 I did that to myself. Like, I know.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, because you could use your social media for good, and like, I don't know, I guess the guys that look up to you and they don't see this version of yourselves, but they're living in sin. They don't know that you could not be at home and you can be like waking up and praying, but they're not, because they only see that version of you. So like, what would you say to them? Or what?
I would agree. I think that's a part where like God also calls us not to make other people stumble.
Right.
And that's something I'm doing by not being like, listen, like, bro, I've posted stuff about God so many times, and like I'll get so many comments like unfollowed. Oh, bro's praying to a fake God, like all this stuff. It's like, you're gonna get that. And like, I'm not like I would want to do that more. Like you said, I definitely need to do that more. I remember when I was younger, I remember praying to God because I wanted to be an influencer, and I was like, God, give me a platform, and when I get to that level, I'll give it to you. And like, maybe that's the calling. But trust me, if I wanted my image to be protected and just, I'm this scale guy, and I'm gonna like, I hate women, I wouldn't be on this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to protect this image of like some egomaniac that hates women. You know, like, obviously that's not what I am.
Yeah.
We know.
So I'm not trying to like protect an image or anything, or like try to act a certain way. So
I guess. I guess. So has there ever been anything that you regret posting
I think,
recently?
well, is there a sin you've ever regretted doing?
Yeah, all of them.
The difference is your sin just hasn't been recorded and posted. So I would say my sins are definitely out there, and I've repented for. You've repented for your sins.
Yeah.
I've repented for mine. Just mine are on camera. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily do I regret this video. It's I regret certain things I've done in that video. you know?
Yeah,
It's
that
just
makes
out there.
sense. That makes sense. But you take care of it behind closed doors.
Take care of what?
No, like you repent. You repent behind closed doors.
Oh yeah, like I'm not posting a video for
Yeah.
every sin I've ever done and been like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm
Right,
sorry,
right.
you know, like
Yeah.
it's already done. It's already.
Yeah.
So have you had moments like up until this point where you've been like, I don't want to say like wanting to do a 360, but where you want to like reevaluate everything that you do?
Oh no, well everything is crazy, but I
Sorry, like social media wise.
reevaluate. Oh yeah, of course. I like even now my most recent video that I posted on YouTube is just a vlog.
Loved
It's
it.
I think the scale thing might take a break for now. So
Why?
I would want to necessarily just because it has a lot to do with my like outside forces, like my significant other and like stuff like that. Like just like I don't want to disrespect our and a lot of the times it's like I put when it comes to that like I like roles reverse what I would want her doing, and like I'm not
Right.
gonna go out on the Ave at 1 a.m. and talk to
Right.
girls.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's just bad.
It's respect, yeah.
Or how would you feel if, like, a guy came up to her doing the same thing?
Yeah, exactly. Or she was in my position, like measuring guys. You know,
Yeah.
it's just like okay.
No, yeah, that's a good question though, Val. Like, how would you feel if someone like you, like, say you and CC weren't dating and you
Yeah.
went up and you did the bit on her, made her feel bad? She ended up feeling bad about
If
it.
I wasn't dating, I don't know if. What do you mean?
Like,
Okay, wait. Let's use. Okay, so let's say you had a daughter 10 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
okay,
And it was, and she
went out.
she went out and she got the same thing, like step on a scale, and she was already insecure in her body herself already.
And then came home to you,
And then
told
came
you
home
what
to and told
happened. What would you
And was
say?
crying to you, and you
Yeah,
didn't
I
see.
would
In your standards, you're like, you're not fat. Like, you're not fat at all.
Oh well, if she wasn't fat, then
But
she wouldn't.
she felt like she was.
Well, she wouldn't have. We would. I think we would be so involved in her life to where she probably wouldn't have that issue. She would like. She will. First off, she wouldn't have that issue in the first place. Secondly, everyone has consequences to their actions, and if my girl went and was on some random YouTuber's vlog and was like, "Yeah, I don't like short guys,"
Yeah.
then it's like, okay, like why were you in that video? Why were you saying that? Why were you out at this time drunk? Like
I
you
guess
know.
that makes sense. Like, you're kind of putting yourself in the lion's den at that point.
Yeah.
Thank
Sorry.
you. Like, thank you. W. Like all these girls are just out at this time indulging in activities that like it's just like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like why are you doing that in the
I'm
first
not
place?
agreeing with them.
I see.
No,
I'm
I'm
not
not arguing with you. I'm just saying like, yeah, that if my daughter were to come home and say that to me, I'd be like, there's so many more things than the actual thing that you're crying about. You know, like why did you do all these things that led to this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Obviously, I'd be a good father. I'd console her. I'd be like, honey, you're not like
Yeah.
be the best dad I could. But at the end of the day, she wouldn't even be in the position anyway. I would prevent her from,
Yeah.
being out at 1 a.m. drunk on Atlantic Avenue.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
And if she is, then she's old enough to drink, and then she's probably that's not my problem anymore.
Oh, is it only that you only do that to like people out? I've never really like stalked your page like that. So is it only like at night?
It's mostly towards drunk people. I don't think there's a lot of sober people in my videos.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a little much. Maybe I think the majority of people when I go out have had one drink or two, and all women just probably are just like don't hold alcohol very super well. So I think maybe even if it's one, they're still like not in the right headspace.
Right.
But I have.
Do you think that's kind of wrong, you though, to kind of like try to trip them while they're down?
I'm not targeting drunk women. I just go out to the bars. I don't go out to these like. I don't go
like,
up
oh,
to.
I'm gonna get them.
No, yeah. There's so many people in my videos that are just obviously sober, but like, I just go out towards these places, and it's kind of, it's like setting a mousetrap. You put a camera and a light, and all these attention girls want to like run up to the light, and it's just like,
Oh, jeez.
it's not. It just kind of happens to me. It's not like I'm like, oh, that girl's stumbling, I'm gonna get her. Like I do not.
I
think
never knew
at
that
all.
actually about your content. That's
What?
interesting to know. That it's not really mainly you going up to people, it's them coming up and seeing what's going on.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, there are times I do go up to girls, but it's not like I'm like doing 100% of the time.
Chasing them
No,
down the
yeah,
block.
No, like if I see a girl, yeah, I'm not running after a girl that's alone on the street. Like I'm like whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
And sometimes these girls are in big friend groups of guys. It's just like I don't like.
Right. But you said that you might be putting that to rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to go and just vlog my life and like get followers and views from that. I don't care. Like
Yeah, sure. That's like what I was telling Val before we even had you come here. It's like that's even more so why I really wanted you to be on this, is because I want people to know the Lenny that I know.
Yeah.
Like behind the camera, behind the scale. Like I want them to know that Lenny. So
The guy behind the scale.
I think that's the title for the episode.
That's fire.
I think that if you did start doing vlog style videos and like bringing them to church with you and all those sorts of things, praying with them in the morning, that would be so good. And like I think young men would really look up to you for that.
Yeah.
And even women. I think it would kind of get you more of women looking at you as like, oh, he's not just like some, because if you're not really doing your research on your page, a woman could easily not like you.
Oh yeah.
So I think it would attract a lot more. And also you're being a fisher of men in that sense. Like if you're bringing them into your prayer time and being a disciple, that's what we're called to do, right? So not only would God be proud of you, but other people would be proud of you. I think that would be a really good thing moving forward for you to work on.
I agree.
100%.
W. Lenny.
100%.
So I'm praying for a new version of Lenny Miller
We're all
in the
praying.
coming days.
Whoa. Okay.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
I'm kidding. We love the Lenny that's here right now.
I met you that one time, and I was like, yeah, like he's so sweet, he's so nice. But then now, like all I see, and I don't know why you come up on my page. It's like
The phone's listen.
Yeah, it's like my phone's listening, and it knows that you're coming on. But like you've been popping up on my Instagram more and more, and I'm like, what the heck? Like,
Oh,
there's no way.
that's true. I see your likes on my thing. I see you like
I
all
don't
the
like.
videos.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
He's trying to pull your arm there.
I'm like, wait.
I'm just kidding.
I just think as disciples of Christ, we're
Yeah.
here to uplift each other, to love on each other. And so I just pray at the end of the day that you're open to shifting the content a little bit to where it's no one's getting their feelings hurt. Men aren't looking at your page just to see if you're bashing women or not. And vice versa. Like women aren't looking at your page to see if you're finally saying something good about them or something like that, you know? I think it should be content that's put out that anyone who sees it, no one's going to get anything negative out of it.
Which is what I want to do. I want to do like vlogs. I want to just do it. And I just like found the scale thing and was just like, oh my gosh, this is doing
By the
so
way,
well.
love you, and I am not trying to put you down for anything that you've
No, it's
ever
okay.
done.
I don't feel
you know?
offended at all.
Okay, good. Okay, continue. Sorry.
Yeah, no, we love you. We're not trying
Thank
to
you. I
attack
appreciate it.
whatsoever. But
There's a lot. I get a lot more hate from a lot more women. So thank you guys.
Well, we're not trying to hate. If
Never.
anything, we're just trying to like steward you in a little, you know,
Yeah.
in a way. Yeah.
yeah.
We want people
And
to see
the
that.
Oh my gosh,
the
this is
one-
not an intervention. I'm so fine.
And the one that loves you most and probably knows you really, I mean, a lot better than both of us. Like, she
Right.
kind of agrees with what we're saying. She
Yeah.
does agree with what we're saying. So,
You heard everything. No, trust me. I
there's
am not
some
like.
truth behind it.
No, I know.
I mean,
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not do. Yeah, never mind.
We're all just here to steward each other.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I agree.
100%.
You know, but my intent isn't to draw people away from the Lord. You know what I mean? It's just kind of you live life every day. You sin every day.
Right.
You know, and your intent isn't to sin, but you do sin because you're a sinner.
Right.
My intent is to make content. My intent isn't to draw people away from the Lord. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like how you can do things every day to not sin and prevent this stuff.
Right.
I can make content that is more neutral.
But it's kind of like more promoting like that judgment culture.
That
and, like,
bad
oh,
behavior.
Yeah, that memo.
It's just the concept of the double standard that went so
Right.
viral.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not necessarily the measuring tape that's a symbol of judgment. It's the measuring tape that's a symbol of like, okay, you're scared of this. Just like some guys are really like scared that they're gonna meet the love of their life, but are gonna be too short for them. You know what I mean? It sucks, bro. Like, and like, it like, I resonate with. Well, I don't resonate with it because I'm tall, but I resonate with. What's it called? I sympathize. I sympathize with them. You know, I don't resonate with them because it doesn't relate to me, but I sympathize.
I think it would be cool. What if
Give me ideas.
Yeah, no, I think it would be really cool because, you know, obviously we don't want you to. Bryce Crawford was just like a person that I thought of because he's young our age and he's doing things that are Christ, you know, promoting that. what if you tried to do, instead of walking up to people and asking them about Christ, or, do you believe in Christ? Let's change that, whatever. What if you figured out something that's kind of like the scale, and you ask them a question that has to do with double standards within religion and stuff like that, and you try to kind of switch it into that kind of motive, I think, something that still would get views, because you have a good platform, and obviously you want to keep that and keep it going and grow it even more, and that's awesome. I support you in that. But what if you kind of changed it, instead of men or women, height or weight? What if it was kind of like,
or even kept the height or weight, but just did it biblically,
something else? Yeah.
Like,
thou shalt not judge.
Yeah.
Do you judge a guy based on height? Yeah. Well, First Samuel or says thou shalt not judge.
I think that would be a really cool thing to do.
That would be good.
Yeah.
I would like that.
Like, let's just do a little spin-off,
Little spin-off, just
little
biblically.
spin-off. And like
Biblical
you said,
spin-off.
I think let's take it all the way back to you being that young 5-year-old, you growing up in the household that you did, you found a relationship with Christ, and then you asked God, before any of this happened, please give me a platform when I'm older. He blessed you with that platform, Lenny, so let's use that platform to then glorify him and him only.
Yeah.
That's
I think
how
that's true,
I think
before
of
it gets taken away, because I remember getting...
you also, hang on, you're also a tall, handsome man, you're nice, you're easy to talk to. God gave you all those qualities because he knew people would be attracted to that. Yeah. Just something to think about tonight.
Absolutely.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. We've stumped him, guys.
my brain is like, scale? No, I can't. Nah, just kidding. But no, I've obviously thought of that. It's just like, it's very hard to let go of something that's like so... No, okay, I'm not going to say that. I could do whatever I want. But I'm just saying, it's so like... It's easy, It's easy. And like, bro, I'm not one to be like, oh, like, it's so easy, like, let's do it. But like, at the same time, it's like...
No, I get it. Yeah, I get it.
And
it's
like,
working. Why change something that's already working?
And it's not like I came from godly content and went straight to the scale and was like, oh, it's hard, but I'm going to go back to godly content. It's like...
You would be doing like a whole...
It would be exploring
180.
a new side of things.
Yeah.
Which is like something, it's like, it takes time to like really get in the process of, okay, this is what I'm going to do.
I get it, 100%.
It's just like, what is the idea? I would have to come up with the idea. I'd have to execute it properly. It's just like, yeah.
I get it.
But no, great idea. I think that's what like you said about Bryce, like it's something I would want to do. It's just like, what would be the best way to go about it while keeping some properties the same? You know what I mean?
I get it. And that's where I think you and God can have that discussion, and he will guide you and he will light that path for you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Whenever the time is right. It doesn't have to be next month or a year from now. But it'll happen when he wants it to happen. And you just have to be obedient.
Yeah.
Be a wave walker.
Be a wave walker.
Be a wave walker. Get out of your boat. Come on.
The comfort of doing the...
Dude, honestly, that like name is so sick. Like, it's so cool.
Yes.
Whose idea was that?
I think
It was mine.
Was it?
Yeah.
Get out of the boat. That's what you guys say?
Oh, well, no. We both came up with get out of the boat.
That's
but I
fire.
proposed
That
a
should
wave
be-
walker.
That should be right here in quotes. Get out of the boat.
Get out of the boat.
That's sick.
Yeah.
So good.
Be a wave
So,
walker.
so
That's
good.
actually genuinely so cool.
So I was given this idea from my mom, actually. I'm going to give her a little shout out for this because this was not my idea. But as we close the episode and after everything that we've talked about today, what is something that you would tell not only our viewers, but anyone who's watching from your end as well? What advice would you give them to not only grow closer to the relationship with Christ, but also to continue walking in boldness with Christ?
I think positivity. That's like the main thing that has helped me so much, is live a better life. And it's so hard to be close to God when you're negative.
Yeah.
It's like literally like the most darkest thing ever is like when you're just around like those like negative people. It just like brings you down, and like our household, like Dalen, Nico, like Nico, like Aaron, like, bro, if Aaron is down about like, let's say a girl, or he's just negative about something, it's like, bro, like, get up. Who are you?
Yeah.
Like, you're not the Aaron I know. You know, it's like, and it's just like, even you, Val, like, it's just like even Cece, like, just like the positivity of just like, and it's just like really just like a breath of fresh air. And I think so many people struggle with the fact of like, maybe their household's negative. Maybe like, dude, because there's households, bless you. There's households out there that are like, dude, just full of negativity, full of like their parents fight or just stuff like that. It's just like
toxic stuff.
And it's just like they get wrapped up in that, and then they become a negative person.
Yeah.
And it's like it's so hard to grow closer to God when like every aspect of your life is just like, you become that, you know, you become engulfed in darkness. And it's like, it's so hard to claw your way out of that it's like, don't get trapped. Like the first thing you should do is just, I had a dream when I was going through some stuff not too long ago, like a month ago. And it was just like, my car broke down on the highway. It was actually with CC. I was like in the dream with CC and my car broke down. And the situation sucked because I had to be somewhere. My car blew up. I couldn't afford to like just buy a new car. Well, I got whatever, but I just like didn't want to.
Yeah.
You know, and then it's like, I remember just in the dream lifting my hands up to God and thanking God that I had a beautiful girl, that I had a life, that I didn't die in the car, you know, and just thanking God. And I was like, why did you thank God through such a hard time? And it was like, this is how I've lived my life, is just no matter what situation you're going through, no matter how bad it is, you know, like I've done YouTube for 4 years, and like I've been like persecuted, I've been judged, I've been like my camera's been broken, I've lost money, and it's like, through it all, God has given me a platform.
Yeah.
And it's at the end of the day, no matter what you're going through, like, and look, I'm sure people will not all of these viewers will be like biblical viewers, you know, they could be worldly viewers. And like, even worldly, no matter what you're going through, look at the brighter side. And it's such a corny thing to say. Like, you hear all these successful people say it, like, and it's like, oh, well, that's easy for you to say. You have it all.
Right.
You know, like, oh, Lenny, you have the height. Oh, Lenny, you have the looks. Oh, Lenny, you have the girl. It's like, it's easy for you to say. I didn't have all of this at some point.
Right.
You know what I mean? I really struggled with acne. I really struggled with my like how skinny I was. I really struggled with being lonely, you know? And not until did I realize like how much of an impact positivity can make in your life did I realize it will change everything. Like, have you seen those like in movies where it's like darkness falls over and like maybe zombies and like all that stuff, and then it's like they find a cure and they release it into the air and it all turns into beautifulness?
Yeah.
That's exactly what your life will turn into. You know what I mean? Like, God will, and okay, so let's say you are worldly viewers, turn to God and it will help you so much finding that potion that will turn all the zombies in your life into beautifulness. You know what I mean? Like, all the problems in your world, all the problems that are going on, all the financial issues, all that, like, if you turn to God, he will bless that abundantly. Like, I can't tell you like how, like, going from that still small voice to where you're off the path to just like being brought back on and just being like, okay, God, I'm going to live my life for you. How much? Oh, okay, God, I'm going to put you at the center of my relationship. Okay, God, I'm going to put you at the center of my finances. Okay, God, I'm going to put you at the center of my life. How much you will wake up every day. And bro, there will be the hardest times.
Yeah.
Satan hates
Yeah.
someone who's going to walk, who's going to be a wave walker.
Yeah.
Satan hates that. But guess what? When you get out of the boat and there's waves and there's troubles and there's trials, what did God tell us to do? Stand up, Peter.
Keep your eyes on him.
That's what it was, right, Peter?
Yeah.
Stand up, Peter. You know?
Yeah.
Don't fall.
He saved
Don't
him
drown.
immediately. Yeah.
You know? And guess what? If you do start drowning, guess
He's
whose
got you.
hand is right there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have nothing to worry about. You have a safety net.
Yeah.
Take the risk. Take the risk of being positive.
Yeah.
Take the risk of people hating you for how positive you are. Lenny, how are you just so happy all the time? Lenny, like, how could you like even Aaron the other day, like bro, you were going through, like, I went through a super hard time. I'm not gonna talk about it, but like something that was like, I was being persecuted so hard for something, and like something that was like my life could have been on the line, and like even people around me were like, how could you be so happy during this time?
Yeah.
It's like, it makes all my Aaron was like, it makes all of my problems look small. I'm over here worried about a girl.
Yeah.
And your life is on the line.
Yeah.
And you're still waking up celebrating. And it's like, it's because that dream, you know, just like, God, thank you, even in the midst of the darkest times.
Yeah.
You know, I know where my safety net is. I know I could take the risk of being positive and risk people hating me because of how positive I am.
Yeah.
You'd rather people hate you for how positive you are than hate you for how negative you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, like,
100%.
Absolutely.
positivity fixes everything. God fixes everything. So be a wave walker.
That was amazing.
That was so good.
But
You're
yeah, that's the truth.
amazing.
That
is
is the Lenny we know.
Won't get views.
That was
but
beautiful, though. Thank
Yeah,
you
that
so
was
much for
beautiful.
that.
I'm just kidding. I was joking. But yeah, of course. No, it's true.
That
It's
was
true.
amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, good
I agree.
job. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
All right,
good.
Lenny Miller. I mean, that was awesome, but
W podcast.
I would love if you did us the honor of praying us out
Yeah.
today.
Please.
Okay.
All right.
Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you in this where you always say, where two or more are gathered, you are here. And so thank you so much for the ability to, like I prayed back when I was, I don't even know, 5 years ago, Lord, give me a platform and I'll give it to you. Thank you for giving me Abby and Val to be able to say what I want to say. And just hopefully one day, even soon, Lord, we can just, me and you can focus and talk about exactly where you want this to go. And we could give my platform to you and just make it more godly and less worldly. And just thank you for giving me the ability to speak and just be eloquent and give my ideas out there. And thank you for Val. And I pray for her podcast and everything that's going on with that, and Abby too, and that the Wave Walker and Get Out of the Boat, just such great ideas that are so godly, Lord. I pray you give them prosperous futures in this whole industry, Lord, and hopefully Bryce Crawford can be on the podcast soon, and that'd be a big one for them. And thank you for my relationship with the most amazing girl ever, and thank you just for being an amazing God and blessing all of us here, and just use this message to give to the world with these two awesome women, and that we can just promote positivity and just bring light to the darkness and turn all these zombies and waves and trials in our lives into the most beautiful, calm oceans and beautiful places ever, Lord. And just thank you so much for being an awesome God.
Yes.
And everybody subscribe. Amen.
Amen. All right, do you want to do, sorry, made me like emotional. Do you want to do our little outro with us?
Yeah, what is it?
So we say, we love you, we're praying for you, and keep walking the waves. See you
I like
next
that.
time.
Okay, we love you. We thank you.
We love you. We love you. We're praying for you, and keep walking the waves.
We love you. We're praying for you, and keep walking the waves.
Yes.
Okay, you ready?
Okay. Yeah. 3,
Ready?
2.
We love you.
We're
We
praying for you, and keep walking the waves. See you next time.
Bye. That's perfect. Nice. This was so fun.